You were never born to beg. You were born to command. You were never designed to chase. You were designed to attract. Deep within you lives a secret identity, long buried beneath fear, doubt, and imitation, the identity of the prosperous soul. This identity does not hope for wealth, it is wealth. It does not seek abundance, it embodies abundance. It does not ask for permission to prosper, it declares its divine right to flourish. Say aloud, I am the living expression of infinite supply. I am the voice through which abundance speaks. The prosperous soul knows who it is. It walks in the remembrance of divine inheritance. It does not measure itself by the opinions of men or the balances of banks, for it knows the true treasury lies within. The world calls some people lucky, but heaven calls them aligned. When you awaken to your secret identity, the whole universe rearranges itself to reflect your recognition. Circumstances bend, doors open, opportunities multiply. The moment you say with conviction, I am rich in spirit and form, the law must obey, for the law always reflects consciousness. Say this now, I no longer identify with lack, with limitation, with struggle. I identify with the limitless nature of God within me. I am the consciousness of wealth in form. You must speak it until every cell remembers. You must decree it until every shadow of doubt dissolves. For prosperity is not earned, it is claimed. The world trains you to pursue, but divine law commands you to become. As within, so without. As you identify, so you manifest. Every master of wealth has first mastered their identity. The beggar and the billionaire live under the same sky, but one believes they are small, while the other knows they are infinite. The prosperous soul has transcended the illusion of unworthiness. It no longer whispers, "Can I have it?" It proclaims, "It is mine by divine right." You must strip from yourself every false title, broke, unlucky, ordinary. These are spells you have spoken against your own kingdom. Break them now. Declare, I am not a servant to circumstance. I am the creator of it. I am not in search of supply. I am the supply made flesh. Your secret identity is not found in striving but in surrender. Not the surrender of defeat, but the surrender of remembrance. You let go of the false self so the true self can rise. You stop begging the universe to feed you, and instead proclaim, I am one with the source that feeds all. The prosperous soul does not vibrate at the frequency of want. It vibrates at the frequency of fulfillment. It walks through life as if it already owns the kingdom, because in truth, it does. The universe recognizes confidence as ownership. You are the image and likeness of infinite intelligence. When you remember this, wealth cannot stay away. It is drawn to you as rivers are drawn to the sea. All that you desire already knows your name, but it waits for you to recognize yourself. Say aloud, I know who I am. I am divine wealth expressed. I am the miracle in motion. I am the consciousness that multiplies. Every time you declare your true identity, you command unseen forces to align. You summon angels of provision. You activate divine mathematics that cannot fail. The poor in self-concept will forever labor in the field of effort. But those who awaken to their divine identity reap the harvest without sweat, for the harvest is consciousness made visible. You must hold the vibration of who you truly are until the outer world bows to it. No more pleading, no more hoping. Knowing is your new state. Being is your new prayer. Say this now with divine fire. I am the prosperous soul. I am the heir of infinite riches. I am the master of money, not its slave. I am aligned, anointed, and appointed to overflow. Let that decree echo through your spirit until it becomes your heartbeat. You are not a child of chance. You are the offspring of divine law. You are not waiting for the miracle. You are. The miracle remembering itself. In the beginning was the Word, and that Word still rules the universe. Every atom, every flow of wealth, every door of opportunity bows to the spoken decree of the awakened soul. You were not given a voice merely to speak idly. Your word was designed to create. When you speak with conviction, the invisible substance of the universe moves into form. Say aloud, "My word is law, my decree is destiny, my voice is the sound of God commanding creation." The spoken command is the key that unlocks every sealed channel of supply. It is not wishful thinking, it is spiritual authority in action. You are not begging, you are declaring what is eternally yours. The spirit within you does not respond to fear or pleading, it responds to command, clothed in faith, and spoken in divine certainty. You must learn to speak as one who knows, not as one who hopes. The universe does not hear your whispers of doubt. It hears the vibration of your conviction. Speak as the king of your kingdom, and the kingdom obeys. When you say, "I am rich," you summon wealth from every corner of existence. When you say, "I am guided," the next step appears before your feet. When you say, "Everything I touch prospers," the law of increase moves through your affairs like fire through dry wood. Your word is the wand of manifestation. It carries the blueprint of your belief and plants it in the fertile soil of universal mind. What you speak consistently becomes the pattern your life must obey. You must become deliberate with your declarations. The careless tongue binds the prosperous soul. Every word you utter builds or breaks the channels of your abundance. Cancel every negative decree now. Say aloud, "Every false word I have spoken against myself is dissolved. Only truth remains, and truth prospers me now." The spoken command does not wait for evidence, it creates evidence. Speak the thing before it exists, and it will come to meet your word. Your word must carry the rhythm of certainty. Speak with the tone of command, not question. Declare, "All that is mine flows to me with ease. Every door opens before me, every delay turns to acceleration, every obstacle becomes the bridge to greater good." You are not appealing to a distant power, you are awakening the infinite within. The God within you does not respond to weakness, but to recognition. When you speak with divine authority, you remind creation who you are, and it rushes to obey. There is no power in silence when your silence is fear. Speak. Speak until your atmosphere changes. Speak until your vibration rises. Speak until your subconscious bows to your divine will. The word is the sword that cuts through limitation. Every time you declare "I am," you are calling the infinite into form. Say aloud, "I am abundance unfolding. I am the command that manifests prosperity. I am the sound of wealth in motion." In motion. The spoken command opens channels unseen. People appear, opportunities multiply, ideas ignite, and doors that were locked for years swing open by unseen intelligence. You do not force it, you speak it, and divine law completes it. Speak not to impress the world, but to impress the universe with your certainty. Every time you affirm your divine right to prosper, the invisible listens. Every decree sent forth in faith returns multiplied. You are the commander of energy, the ruler of frequency, the master of your field. When you say, "Let there be," creation answers, and there was. Use your voice as the divine instrument it is. Never again speak defeat, lack, or limitation. You are not describing life, you are designing it. The moment you speak from your throne of knowing, channels that seemed blocked will burst open with supply. Declare it now, "I speak with power. My word is divine fire. My command moves mountains. My decree opens every channel of wealth, every path of purpose, every stream of supply. I speak, and it is done." For this is the truth, the word within why. O is the same word that shaped the stars. And when you dare to speak it with faith, the universe must rearrange itself to fulfill your command. Before the thing appears, you must already give thanks. Before the door opens, you must already rejoice. For gratitude is not the response to manifestation, it is the cause of it. Gratitude is the divine signal that tells the universe, "I already possess what I desire." It is the sacred password to creation, the vibration that unlocks unseen treasures. Say aloud, "I give thanks before I see. I rejoice before I receive. I know that it is already done. The unawakened wait to be grateful, but the wise give thanks first. The moment you enter into thanksgiving, you step into the frequency of completion. Gratitude declares that the harvest has already been released in the unseen realm. Every thank you speak in faith is a key turning in the invisible lock of divine supply. When you give thanks for what has not yet appeared, you invite the universe to reveal what you have already claimed. The law is exact. It does not give you what you want. It gives you what you believe you already have. Gratitude is the evidence of belief. It is the soul's signature upon the decree of creation. When you say, "Thank you, Infinite Spirit," before the miracle arrives, you have told heaven that your faith is full and your manifestation inevitable. The universe rushes to complete what your thanksgiving has affirmed. Say aloud, "I thank you now for overflowing wealth, for divine ideas, for perfect timing. I thank you now that every need is met and every channel is open." Speak it until your atmosphere vibrates with assurance. Gratitude turns fear into faith, delay into alignment, and expectation into manifestation. The energy of thanksgiving multiplies whatever it touches. Thankfulness in the face of lack dissolves lack. Thanksgiving before the evidence commands the evidence to appear. Those who walk in the power of gratitude are never without. They live as if their storehouses are already full, and so they are. Gratitude is the language of the rich in spirit. It says, "I am already supplied, therefore supply continues to flow." It breaks the curse of waiting and awakens the joy of receiving. Gratitude does not depend on proof. It creates proof. It shifts your vibration from desire to possession, from asking to knowing. And once you know, the law must perform. Say this with authority. I give thanks now for every invisible blessing that is already mine. I rejoice now, for the unseen is taking shape. I bless the process, for I know the outcome is divine. You must train your tongue to speak thanksgiving in the face of contradiction. When nothing seems to move, give thanks louder. When the answer seems delayed, rejoice deeper. Gratitude is the spiritual magnet that cannot be resisted. It bends the unseen toward you with irresistible force. Gratitude before manifestation is the greatest act of faith, for it tells the universe that you are already seated in the promise. It is not emotion, it is declaration. It is not politeness, it is power. When you give thanks, you are acknowledging the truth that all things are already finished in divine mind. The form has not yet appeared, but the substance exists eternally. Gratitude brings that substance into sight. You must live in continual thanksgiving, not as ritual, but as reality. The prosperous soul wakes each day saying, "Thank you for the unseen rivers of gold now flowing to me. Thank you for the answered prayer already complete. Thank you that my good is here, unfolding swiftly, beautifully, and perfectly." And the universe, hearing such certainty, responds in kind. For nothing accelerates manifestation like gratitude. It melts resistance, multiplies supply, and magnetizes miracles. The one who gives thanks before receiving has already received. The one who rejoices before seeing already sees with spiritual eyes. Say aloud, "I thank thee, Infinite Spirit, for abundance visible and invisible, for miracles already accomplished, for wealth flowing freely and endlessly." Let gratitude be your constant atmosphere, your living declaration, your permanent vibration. Do not wait for the promise. Praise it into being. Do not wait for the money. Thank it into your hand. Do not wait for the miracle. Rejoice until it appears. Gratitude is not reaction, it is creation. Speak it now with holy certainty. I am thankful, and therefore I am rich. I am grateful, and therefore I am fulfilled. I am rejoicing, and therefore I am free. For the one who gives thanks before manifestation commands all heaven to move. The law bends to their joy. The unseen becomes seen. The dream takes flesh. And the universe, obedient to gratitude's power, echoes back forever. So it is, and so it was, and so it shall ever be. You do not chase wealth. You become wealth. You do not beg for abundance. You vibrate abundance. All things move according to law, and the highest of these laws is the law of vibration. What you are within, you draw without. The universe does not deliver what you ask for, it mirrors what you are. Say aloud, I am the frequency of divine prosperity. I am one with the rhythm of endless supply. For when your inner tone matches the song of the infinite, creation must answer in kind. You live in an ocean of energy, and every thought, every emotion, every word you speak sends ripples through that ocean. Those ripples return as conditions, as opportunities, as forms. There is no delay in divine mind, only misalignment in vibration. When you worry, you block the flow. When you doubt, you lower your signal. When you give thanks, you rise to the frequency where miracles dwell. The prosperous soul does not beg for manifestation, it tunes itself to the harmony of completion. The infinite supply is not far away, it is all around you, waiting for your agreement. You must become a vibrational match to that which you seek. To attract wealth, you must think wealth, feel wealth, walk as wealth, speak as wealth. Say aloud, I am tuned to abundance. Every cell in my body vibrates with divine increase. I am the living frequency of fulfillment. You are the broadcasting tower of your own destiny, and what you send out, you call back multiplied. If you vibrate scarcity, you magnetize lack. If you vibrate fear, you magnetize delay. But when you vibrate joy, gratitude, and certainty, infinite supply cannot resist you. It races toward you by law. The universe is not emotional, it is mathematical. It does not respond to pleading, it responds to frequency. Your job is not to fix the outer world, but to elevate your inner vibration until it becomes the match of your divine inheritance. Each time you say, I am rich in every way, you shift your frequency higher. Each time you say, everything I desire is already mine, you command alignment with the unseen. Speak until you feel the truth moving through your bones. Speak until your atmosphere hums with assurance. Infinite supply recognizes itself through vibration, and when you resonate with it, the two become one. Stop asking, when will it come? And start declaring, it is here now. That declaration is not delusion, it is alignment. You do not wait for evidence, you become the evidence. You do not wait for abundance to appear. You embody abundance, and it must appear. Say aloud, I live on the frequency of enough. I dwell in the vibration of overflow. I am the embodiment of divine wealth now. The universe has no choice but to correspond to the tone of your being. Do not strive, tune. Do not chase a line. The river of supply is flowing endlessly, but only those who harmonize with its rhythm can receive from it. The prosperous soul does not demand, it allows. It does not doubt, it knows. It stands in the stillness of faith and becomes one with the vibration of plenty. Your emotions are your compass. When you feel joy, gratitude, and confidence, are in resonance with infinite mind. When you feel lack, fear, and urgency, you have tuned to interference. Shift, and you shift your world. Say with power, I rise now to the vibration of divine riches. I release every frequency of worry and replace it with certainty. I am one with the current of prosperity that never ends. Feel it until your spirit hums. Feel it until the air around you feels charged with potential. This is the secret the masters knew. All outer change follows inner vibration. When you become a vibrational match to infinite supply, money, ideas, and miracles rush to meet you. The right people appear, the right opportunities unfold, and the impossible becomes inevitable. You are no longer pulling things toward you. You are radiating them from within. The infinite responds instantly to the consciousness that matches its own. Say this now with command and conviction. I am synchronized with the vibration of divine opulence. Every thought, every breath, every heartbeat aligns with abundance. I am tuned to the rhythm of infinite supply, and everything I need flows to me now, perfectly, easily, and without end. For the one who masters, vibration masters manifestation. The moment you remember that you are not separate from the source, the flow begins, Infinite supply is not something you find, it is something you become. And as you become it, you will watch the universe move mountains to meet your new frequency. There are no delays in divine mind. What you call waiting is only preparation. What you call silence is sacred synchronization. Every prayer is answered the instant it is spoken, but it manifests only when your vibration aligns with the appointed hour. Say aloud, I move in divine timing. I am perfectly aligned with the rhythm of heaven. For there is a time appointed for every fulfillment under the law of spirit, and that time is never late. The universe is precise. It does not stumble. It does not forget. The delay you feel is not punishment. It is orchestration. Divine law is setting the stage for your highest good. You are not being tested. You are being positioned. There are moments when the heavens hold you still, not to deny you, but to refine your alignment. If the blessing came too soon, it would crush you. If it came too late, it would miss you. So the infinite aligns it perfectly, not according to your impatience, but according to your readiness. Say aloud, I am aligned with perfect order. Everything I desire comes at its appointed moment, under grace, in perfect ways. When your heart and vibration are one with divine mind, the doors that once resisted you open with no effort. When you are aligned, time bends, circumstances rearrange, and what once took years arrives in a moment. Divine timing is the pulse of perfection. It is the invisible rhythm of answered prayer. The law of spiritual alignment is the law of readiness. You cannot draw to yourself what you are not prepared to hold. The universe will not deliver a crown to one still thinking as a servant. It will not pour abundance into a vessel filled with fear. You must align thought, feeling, and word with the reality you seek. When all three move in harmony, manifestation becomes instantaneous. Say aloud, my thoughts are divine, my emotions are faith, my words are command, therefore all things align swiftly for my good. To fight divine timing is to resist your own blessing. Impatience is distrust in disguise. When you grow restless, you send the signal that you do not believe the universe is wise enough to deliver on schedule. But when you rest in faith, you say, I trust the unseen hand guiding my affairs. In that moment, you align, and alignment activates acceleration. The one who trusts moves faster than the one who forces. The law of spiritual alignment demands that you match the rhythm of your desire. You cannot live in fear and expect miracles. You cannot think small and expect expansion. You must live already, and the consciousness of fulfillment. Feel as though it is done. Speak as though it has arrived. Walk as though the promise has manifested. Say aloud, I am synchronized with the flow of divine perfection. Nothing is withheld from me, and nothing can be delayed. All that is mine comes now by the perfect law of alignment. There is no competition in divine order. No other soul can take what is yours. The infinite has designed a current that carries only you. When you are aligned with it, everything unfolds with precision, not a moment too soon, not a second too late. Divine timing is mercy disguised as mystery. What you think is waiting is simply the law ensuring that every thread weaves into perfection. The masters never hurry. They know that time serves those who are aligned. The hurried mind vibrates confusion, the still mind vibrates power. The one who knows that their good is inevitable radiates peace, and peace is the signal of alignment. When you are calm, you are magnetic. When you are certain, you are creative. When you are aligned, you become unstoppable. Declare it now. I move in harmony with the divine sequence of my destiny. I no longer chase. I allow. I no longer doubt. I know. I no longer strive. I trust. For when you surrender to divine timing, everything accelerates. The doors you once knocked upon begin to open on their own. The people, the ideas, the opportunities arrive precisely when your vibration is ready to receive them. There is no such thing as delay for the aligned soul. There is only orchestration, precision, and grace. Every heartbeat of faith, every word of gratitude, Every act of trust is synchronizing your life with miracles unseen. The law of spiritual alignment is perfect, and you are already within it. Say aloud with power, I am in divine order. My path is unfolding in perfect rhythm. What is mine cannot be denied. I live in eternal alignment with infinite intelligence, and every moment moves me closer to visible glory. For the truth is eternal. The universe is never late. You are never behind. You are right on time in the rhythm of God. All life moves in rhythm, and that rhythm is circulation. Nothing in the universe stands still. The stars move, the tides move, the blood in your veins moves, and so must your wealth. The moment you clutch in fear, the flow ceases. The instant you release in faith, the river rushes back. Say aloud, I live in divine circulation. I give freely, I receive richly. I am the open channel through which infinite supply flows. The prosperous soul knows that giving is not loss, it is law. What you release in faith returns to you multiplied. To give is to declare, I have enough and more than enough. And that declaration sends a signal to the universe that you are not in lack, but in abundance. The miser and the fearful dam the current of supply, but the giver becomes the current itself. You were not born to hoard. You were born to flow. You are the vessel through which divine substance circulates itself. Say aloud, I am not a reservoir, I am a river. Money flows to me and through me without resistance. The one who understands this law never fears loss, for nothing given in love can ever be diminished. It must return, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Giving opens invisible doors, clears blocked channels, and multiplies unseen resources. Every gift given in the spirit of joy sets a chain of miracles into motion. The circulation principle governs all prosperity. As you sow, so shall you reap, but not in equal measure. The universe does not return what you give, it returns who you are while giving. When you give in fear, you give from emptiness. When you give in faith, you give from fullness, and fullness expands itself. Say aloud, I give with gladness, and therefore I receive in overflow. My giving multiplies my blessings. You cannot outgive divine mind. You cannot impoverish yourself by blessing others. Every act of generosity is a proclamation of faith. Faith that supply is infinite. Faith that God is your source, not man, not money, not circumstance. When you release your good, you affirm your trust in the divine law of return. The fearful say, when I have more, I will give. But the wise declare, when I give, I will have more. Forgiving is the very key that unlocks having. If you withhold what should be given, you choke your own prosperity. The same law that governs your heartbeat governs your wealth. It must circulate. When you exhale, you make room to breathe again. When you release, you make room for greater inflow. Say aloud, I release all fear of giving. I release all belief in lack. I trust the law of circulation. Every seed I sow comes back multiplied. The universe mirrors your generosity. As you open your hand, heaven opens its storehouse. Giving is not always money. It is energy, words, kindness, service, gratitude. Every form of giving sends forth vibration, and that vibration must return. Whatever you wish to receive, first become the source of it. Want more love? Give love. Want more opportunities? Celebrate another's success. Want more money? Circulate it with joy. Giving in the right spirit transforms you from seeker to channel, from receiver to creator. You cease waiting for miracles and become the miracle itself. When you understand the circulation principle, you give not to get, but to expand the flow of divine energy through your life. The giving itself becomes your abundance, for the act of releasing affirms that you already have. Gratitude and generosity are twins, the two highest vibrations of prosperity. When you live in them, the universe overflows in your favor. Say aloud now with divine conviction, I am one with infinite circulation. I give joyfully and fearlessly. Money is my servant, not my master. Every gift I give blesses me 1,000-fold. I am the river of divine abundance in motion. Feel it, breathe it, live it. For the law is absolute. What flows through you grows through you. You were never meant to store wealth like stagnant water. You were meant to move it like living current. The tighter you cling, the less you hold. The more you release, the more you expand. Trust the rhythm of giving and receiving, for it is the pulse of God made visible. All that leaves your hand in faith must return multiplied. Say it again. I am the flow. I am the giver. I am the receiver. Divine substance circulates through me endlessly, and I live in eternal increase. For this is truth, unbreakable. The open hand never empties, and the generous soul never lacks.